Hello everyone, this is Chris from Spoon Graphics, back with another video tutorial for Adobe Photoshop. This time last year I shared a free set of Stipple shading Photoshop brushes on my Spoon Graphics website, which featured some old school tattoo inspired illustrations of an eagle and a snake that I made as example artwork you could make with the brushes. Just recently I received an email from a subscriber named Mark who asked if I could create a tutorial of the process of creating such illustrations. So follow along with today's Photoshop tutorial to create a bold and vibrant illustration of a snake I've named Jerry. We'll start with a loose initial sketch, then I'll show you some helpful brush settings for accurately outlining your illustration. The artwork is brought to life when colour is added, then it really starts to take shape when you apply the stipple shading. A bit of polish with some Photoshop layer styles adds some finishing touches, then an old paper texture helps achieve that old school tattoo flash look. But first, a big thanks to Storytale for sponsoring today's video. Great design requires lots of visual elements, illustrations or graphics, but usually designers don't have enough time or even the skills to create really cool illustrations themselves. Storytale helps designers, startup owners, entrepreneurs and those wanting to enrich their projects with attractive stories with ease. It's a big marketplace of vector, raster and 3D illustrations that grows every week. Download any illustration you need with one click and use it in your current project. Over 1,000 illustrations about business, lifestyle, medicine and the IT world are available with a simple subscription. Especially for Spoon Graphics subscribers, Storytale is providing a 30% discount for any subscription plan. Just use the link in the description. Before we begin illustrating, follow the link in the description to download and install my free stipple shading brushes. You might as well join my mailing list while you're there to get your hands on all my other free downloads too. Open up Adobe Photoshop and create a new document. I'm using a canvas of 2000 by 2000 pixels. Create a new layer to contain the initial sketch. It's worth taking a moment to browse for inspiration of old school Sailor Jerry tattoos, or you can download my sketch to follow along. Select the brush tool and choose the preset named Soft Round Pressure Opacity and Flow. This allows you to sketch with faint lines, like you would with a pencil. This method does rely on a pen tablet, but for an alternative technique for creating this kind of tattoo art style, check out my older video from 2017. With the exception of this sketching stage, we won't actually be using the sensitivity of the pen, so it's entirely possible to follow along with a mouse, but I find a pen allows for more finer control. One benefit of creating old school tattoo inspired art is you don't need to be an expert artist. It doesn't really matter if you don't get the proportions quite right, since those original flash drawings had an unrealistic stylized look anyway. I find sketching with lots of loose lines helps you to flesh out the shape you're aiming for. Then you can keep refining it with darker and darker lines until your sketch starts to resemble something. Once you've finished your sketch, or if you downloaded my doodle of Jerry, it's time to trace it with accurate lines. Add a new layer, then open up the brush settings panel. Turn off transfer, but turn on smoothing. Then reduce the spacing value to minimum and set the hardness to max. In the top toolbar, set the smoothness amount to around 60 to 80%. If you're not used to illustrating, especially on a slippery Wacom tablet surface, this really helps to iron out the wiggly lines. Use the square bracket keys to set an appropriate brush size, then begin tracing the sketch lines with smooth, slow strokes. It can help to zoom out to draw any long flowing lines, and keep your hand over the Command and Z undo button to have multiple attempts at a line to find the perfect stroke. Sometimes you'll find that drawing a path starting from the other end creates a better result. Don't worry if we overshoot when intersecting two lines, we can always tidy it up later. An easy way to create the little circles in my sketch is to simply increase the brush size and place a single dab. Turn off the visibility of the sketch layer to see just the black line work. Apply a layer mask, then paint with black within the mask to fix any bumps where the strokes have overlapped. You can also trim away the round corners to create tapered points. Add a new layer, then drag it below the line work layer. Activate the Magic Wand tool and make sure the Sample All Layers option is checked in the top toolbar. Shift and click all the pieces you want to fill with the same colour. Then choose a hue from the foreground colour picker. Use the Alt and Backspace shortcut to fill the selection. Go to Select and Deselect, then create a new layer for the next set of colours. Magic Wand the segments, choose a new hue and fill the selections. Create a new layer for each colour, but try to stick to a limited colour palette. To add the stipple shading, create a new layer, then reset the foreground colour back to black. Choose one of my stipple shading brushes and configure it to the appropriate size. In the Layers panel, hold the Command key or Control key on Windows and click the thumbnail of the first colour fills layer to load its selection. You can now paint with the stipple brush and it will only be applied within the mask. Follow the outline so the sparse dots just start to encroach inside the selection, and build up the stippling where necessary. You can also select each coloured piece individually with the magic wand, so you can paint this area without accidentally painting over other parts. Even just stippling wherever you like, rather than trying to realistically add proper shading, takes the illustration to the next level with a cool visual style. Swap between the magic wand and the brush tool to select and paint each section of the artwork. One finishing touch is to apply some layer style effects. Double click one of the colour fill layers and apply an inner shadow. Configure the settings with a high distance and size. Alter the angle to add a darker fade that creeps in. Then set the blend mode to colour burn. Reduce the opacity to fine tune the intensity. Apply the inner shadow effect to each colour fill layer, but adjust the size, distance and angle values for each one. To avoid changing the angle of all inner shadows, make sure to uncheck Use Global Light. These inner shadow effects just help to add some depth to the otherwise flat colours by creating subtle gradients. Select the background layer and give it a new fill. This is where you'll realise if you forgot to fill any areas of the illustration with white. Add a new layer above the background, then choose one of the other stipple brushes. Trace an outline around the illustration to create a stippled border effect. Change the blending mode to overlay and reduce the opacity to tone down its appearance. You can alter the colour of the background with a simple hue and saturation adjustment. Download my free pack of old paper textures to add some more vintage effects to your illustration. Open up one of the textures and copy and paste it into the main document. Set the blending mode to soft light, then go to image adjustments and levels. Play around with the sliders to alter the contrast of the texture to allow the paper grain and creases to show through without darkening the artwork too much. You can fine tune the colour of any of the layers by heading to image adjustments and hue and saturation. It's much easier to find the perfect hue when you can see it live rather than try to guess from the colour picker. The final result is a bold and vibrant illustration with stipple shading effects, made easy with my free pack of stipple shading brushes. If you enjoyed this tutorial or learned any new tips and tricks, a thumbs up to help spread the word would be really appreciated. Subscribe to stick around for more of my videos, and be sure to join my mailing list to keep up with all my other content, including loads more free design resources. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.